everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is my first City of Heroes playthrough in quite a long time now. Like, I haven't had any time to create new content, so I wanted to get something up for the channel, so I figured play around with this for a little bit and show you guys at least one playthrough. Like, I want to make this a full playthrough. I honestly do. I'll eventually get back to doing Freedom Force when I have the patience and the time to like figure out where I was at when playing the game. But for now, we're just going to do something very light, fun, and we're going to start a story for for City of Heroes going rogue. I already have a character created right here named Psychesia, which I haven't played with yet, so we're going to take her for a little run, and we're going to figure out like which side she'll take, because I plan on having her switch sides throughout the story, like based on how I feel, how closely I read stuff, like see how well I pay attention to details. Because I definitely regret a lot of times where I don't really pay attention that well. And I don't really read things closely enough. So she is a defender and empathy and psychic powers. So eventually I'm going to give her more psychic type powers later on when I hit like level 30, I believe is when you can choose the artillery pool, I believe it's called. So yeah. So it says, "Welcome to the Powers Division, recruit. Today you will have your first live fire mission. You've been assigned to Reese, one of the top dogs in the Powers Division. Before you meet with him, I'd like to send you through basic training." So I think I'm going to do the beginner stuff for the sake of like showing you guys basic training. So here we go. "I'm going to send you to some of my associates. They will teach you combat basics and how to use your powers. Be sure to make good use of their expertise, and they will teach you the skills you need to tackle whatever mission Reese might throw you into. Are you ready?" "Yes, where to?" "First, speak to Interrogator Hoffman. He'll give you a chance to use some of your powers. He is in the parking lot behind me. Talk to him, and he'll tell you about how to use your powers and engage your opponents." Perfect. And if you hear my Jersey accent coming through, yeah, I sound like I should be from Brooklyn. I know that. Interrogator Hoffman. "Hello, Psychesia. Glad to have you on our side. I will be in charge of getting you combat ready. Show me what you've got. Test out your powers on one of these broken clockwork target dummies." I'm gonna do the optional. What's wrong with these clockwork? "The resistance sometimes hacks our clockwork and turns them against us. I have a few clockwork here that were reclaimed from the resistance. Unfortunately, in my attempt to retrieve data from them, they seized up into this malfunctioning mode that wiped their memory. They're useless now. I have great use for them. Target practice." Do I want to go through like all the different clues and stuff since I already know like how this game works? Alright, talk to Dr. Stafford. I believe Hoffman was like a name of a doctor or somebody. Dr. Hoffman in City of Heroes, like the regular City of Heroes. Okay. "How do I not die while defending the peace?" Or, "These powers are a mess," or, "The interrogator said you could tell me more about my powers." "Hello, I'm Dr. Stafford. You must be the new recruit." "Ah, here you are, Psychesia, a lovely defender. I saw you demolish that robot with great pinnacle impressive." Okay, your mutation powers are just budding right now. For instance, as a defender, while you are working with a team, you can use your powers at a decreased endurance cost if your allies are badly damaged. Conversely, the small lower the team you are on, the greater the damage you are able to do. You also have heals and buffs you can use on your allies and sometimes on yourself, and debuffs you can use on enemies. Making maximum use of all your powers will enable your team to excel together beyond what you could accomplish. Clue found! Alright, let's move this mini-map over, because I hate when it's like all the way over there. And I'm going to adjust the size. That's more manageable. Now let's go talk to Reese, who looks oddly familiar to me as a character. He looks oddly familiar to at least to one of the City Heroes characters, like in the regular universe. I'm ready now. I got the memo about you, Psychesia. You're being assigned to my division for a while. Do you know who I am? I'm a top dog in Pretoria White's Powers Division. That means I'm famous, well-known, and respected. However, I have a task that can only be handled by an unrecognizable greenie. That's you. What's going on here? The destroyers are assaulting the precinct. What's it look like? Feel free to take down a few on the way to your mission, but as you can see, I pretty much have it under control. Really? You have it under control? Or are some of your officers going down, you moron? Seriously. The destroyers believe in only one thing. The strong make the rules. They've been getting more violent every day, but they are disorganized anarchists. I'll probably be done with them by the time you get back out. The Resistance are using the destroyers as pawns to destroy our beautiful city. The Resistance are subverting members of our orderly society with their lies and propaganda, creating chaos and destruction among us. I need an insider to weed them out. That's where you come in. Me? What can I do? Okay. So, let's take out these guys here. Yeah, I just tend to ignore that. Go inside the building. And I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. She's obnoxious. I don't really have the ideal space for, gaming. Okay, I'm ready to get moving. What's next? Okay, so you now have a choice. You can choose to leave the clockwork down here or convince it that the PPD have cleared away from the surface. If the clockwork goes to the surface, the PPD will scan it for all information regarding the Resistance and then destroy it. These minor choices will appear throughout your travels in Pretoria. They will not change your alignment, but will affect the dialogue and the story. I think I'll convince it to go topside for now. Because I know that each and every choice impacts your gameplay here. Okay, so clues. Alright, why don't we fight some fools? And why am I helping them, you may ask? Because you get a badge here, this is like your first opportunity for a badge. Yo, Psychesia, come over here. We should have ourselves a little chat. Woo, man. Just our luck, huh? PPD chased us right into an old ghoul den. Sure hope that Wrencher is doing okay. Anyway, the name is Rothstein. You're that new gal that we're getting from Powers Division, right? Good to have you on board to help us. Despite talking face-to-face with a high-ranking member of the Resistance, you won't be able to bring him back to the Loyalists, given the sheer amount of support he has around him. What are these things? Ghouls. I'll talk to you in plain talk for now. Don't want to get you all confused. Yeah, we ain't really sure what they are. Some of the older guys in the Resistance say that they just sorta appeared one day in the tunnels. Ever since then, we gotta be careful of where we go. You get ambushed by a horde of those things, you ain't coming back. Those ghouls will eat you alive if they get the chance. They're nothing but a bunch of monsters. Some folks say that we made them, but seriously, what are we gonna use to make those monsters? I wish we could make ourselves an army of monsters to throw at Cole, believe me. So, you want to know more about us, or you gotta be heading forward? Tell me more about the Resistance. Us, the Resistance? We're the last best hope for humanity here in Pretoria. Cole's got all these people brainwashed into thinking that what he decides is best for everyone. But really, it's all just what's best for him. Did you know folks can't own their own guns in Pretoria without having to sign up to join the PPD or Powers Division? It's nuts! Cole claims it's because you don't need guns for your own protection when we're protecting you. Us in the Resistance, we're all about power to the people and giving it to them no matter what. You know something? Nobody here really stops to smell the roses, you know? I got a little something for you, Psychesia. What is it? A little token of appreciation. Perfect. Got the first badge. Avid reader. Alright. Now you have an option to take this one out. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to have her be part of the Loyalists for a little while before I have her switch sides. Okay, now you have two different choices. I think I'm going to remain a Loyalist for a while and then have her switch over to the Resistance and have it, like, switch in between. Is off. God, if I only had a yellow inspiration, that would help so much. You don't get that for now. You don't get that for a while. You made the right choice, Psychesia. Calvin Scott and his little band of subversives want only to tear down the utopia Emperor Cole has built for us. Just remember, we don't need you here. Oh, the PPD has what it takes to bring down the Resistance, without the help from superpowered types like you. Provost Merchant is coming down to speak with you. Looks like he's taken an interest in you. Optional. What's your problem? I just helped you with that Resistance soldier. The problem, Psychesia, is that I don't like it when someone assumes they can do my job better than me. We all know that Cole is recalling soups from all over the world because he thinks the PPD are slacking off and bringing down the resistance. We're out to show you and Emperor Cole that the PPD have what it takes to stop this resistance threat, even if we don't have your heightened abilities. I'm here to keep my job, even if some other members of the resistance are slacking off. Got it? Even if some other members of the PPD are slacking off. Got it? Alright. So I have 3 different choices for speaking. Easy there. I'd best go speak with the provost before you say something you'll regret. Back off, buddy. I see you've lost several men today. Don't let it get to you. We are all fighting the good fight together, officer. Remember that. I think I'm going to go with the safe one. Let's be honest. Wait, did I give her an origin? Personal info? No, I didn't. I'll write up something later. Give her a full origin story. And just so you know, I intentionally made her look kind of like Jean Grey. Just saying. That was all intentional. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Hello, Psychesia. I am Provost Marshal Gerard T. Merchant. I run all military operations for Emperor Cole. This means I also help run the PPD. I'm impressed at your actions here today with the resistance. Look around you, Psychesia. All of these PPD died trying to get this one resistance member. It's inefficient. I've done my best with the PPD, but it isn't enough. We need people like you to help defend Pretoria against the resistance and other threats. And believe me, there are many that would seek to destroy our beautiful city. What are these other threats? Currently in Nova Pretoria, we're dealing with the Destroyers, a group of psychopaths who, as you may guess, wish to spread destruction amongst our beautiful city. They're our top priority on the surface of Pretoria, next to the resistance. We, of course, always have the threat of the Hamadon lurking outside of Pretoria, but our sonic barriers are keeping the beast at bay. Wait, what's a Hamadon? You don't know? Hamadon is a monster of pure malice. It nearly destroyed the entire world during the Hamadon Wars in the 70s. Emperor Cole is the only reason why we still exist today. He rallied the people of this land to fight the monsters of Hamadon and eventually faced off against the beast by himself. Though Cole did not destroy Hamadon, he was able to push the monster back, allowing us the chance to rebuild civilization. We're safe from Hamadon, for now, though it is a threat that still looms over us. Interesting, so what's next? Speak to Praetor White. Praetors. And Praetors, they were like the head of like the Roman armor in like Roman mythology at the very least. Well, I'm reading Heroes of Olympus right now, which is like the spinoff for like Percy Jackson. And I gotta say, like, the usage of Praetors in this is so old-fashioned. Alright. So, speak to Dominatrix, who is this world's version of Ms. Liberty. Train up to next level. I have choice of heal other and absorb pain or succeed. I think I want like one more attack in there because defenders are like weaker than blasters. They're more so for team support. Right now I don't have a team to help me out. Praetor White. Oh hey, back alley brawler. Praetor White looks at you beneath his glasses, cracking his neck. Psychesia, heard a lot of things about you. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took down some member of the resistance. You're talking to a guy who fought during the Hamadon Wars, so I ain't impressed hearing that someone took down a stupid idealist who could use a gun. But you got my attention, so that means something, for now. You got some spark in you, even if you're still on the same level as most of the superpowered dogs here in Pretoria. Me, I'm the top dog. I keep all the other powered dogs in line. You want to get noticed? You break yourself away from the pack and join me. That what you're trying to do, Psychesia? That's the idea, Praetor White. I see a lot of ambition in you, Psychesia, but that ain't gonna give you a free pass into my group. If you really want to get through the Powers Division, though, we're gonna have to make sure you've got the skills to stand side by side with us. You think you've got what it takes? Because I ain't got time to babysit any dogs when I could just throw you away. I delivered that clockwork to you, didn't I? That was you, huh? Reese told me he was the one who tracked down that piece of tin. Yeah, you did good on that. We found out the location of one of their bases with that piece of clockwork. Looks like those punks have been snatching clockwork from right under our noses to use for themselves. Maybe this little encounter will teach them to keep their grubby paws to themselves. At least till I get a hold of them to cut them off. So, what's the first step in all this? Well, before you get underway, Psychesia, there's something you should know. There's a lot of stuff to be done here in Pretoria, keeping the peace and whatnot. Even more, though, we need to really strike at the heart of the resistance. You finding that clockwork for us, it helped. But those guys are like cockroaches. They're crawling all over the place and making things harder for us. Once you prove yourself as a member of the Powers Division, you can either continue doing work with the Loyalists, or you can go undercover into the Resistance cell. You'll have to do a lot of ugly things for those scum in the Resistance, but it'll help us get some inside dirt on them. Like, wherever their main hub is. You have the option as a member of the Loyalists to do mission on the sides of the Resistance. They will play through normally, however, at certain points you will be able to contact a high-ranking official in the Loyalists to add options to the mission to swing events in favor of the Loyalists. Oh. You never got an option like that in the regular City of Heroes. Ever. Alright, what's next? Next, we start working. That's what's next. Get yourself used to being in the high society of the Loyalists. Then come to me, and we can get moving towards keeping the peace here in Pretoria. Will do. I'm ready. Listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. Pretoria City's filled with yapping little dogs like you. And do you know who I am? I'm the top dog. Keep that in mind, and maybe you'll get to hang out in my pack. You put all the other dogs in their place, and you get noticed. Don't, and you get to sleep in the back alleys. Get what I'm saying? The name's Mr. White, but between me and you can call me Mr. White. Got it? While Emperor calls off saving the world, I'm in charge of the muscle. It's hard work to keep the city safe from the tunnel rats who think that they can take away all we've worked for. That's where my Powers Division comes into play. I'm the division, and all of you guys are my power. Now that we got that straight, stop with the jibber-jabber, and let's get down to business. Okay, joining the pack. Part 1, Acts of Desperation. This day just gets better and better. We lost a lot of officers during the resistance attack on Precinct 5 earlier. Then, to make matters worse, the dumb as dirt TPN media circus decides it would be a good idea to report on it and spin the pirate victory. I don't even know how to say that word. Victory into a crushing victory over the terrorists' center plate piece in today's news. So now a riot's broken out here in the Magisterium. But to top it all off, the resistance used the battle as a distraction to get at their true objective. They've taken hostages in the Ministry of Technology. I need you to get in there and rescue those hostages before someone important gets killed. Okay. Alright, we're just going to do this one mission, and then we're going to sign off for the day. And you're going to see what choices I make throughout. That's what I love about this game. It really does play with morality and choices, and allows you to really think for yourself about what's right and wrong. I enjoy that aspect to it. All right. Usually there's some type of a glitch where they're hanging out over here. You get extra XP that way. Or at least I'm hoping that'll work in my favor. Usually walking around like a few times helps stir them out. I don't know if it'll work. I mean, usually it works, but seemingly that worked. That worked. Damn, actually. good. If there's one thing I hate about this game, is that they change the looks of like the officers, the doctors, like every single time. It's like they changed their appearances on purpose. I don't know why. So Ford called him a monster. So that's important to note. Okay, clues. Suicide mission. After taking Ford down, you found a small audio device in one of his pockets. You flip it on and hear his voice say the following. To whatever chomper this is, you're probably tossing a new shadow over my corpse right now. If not, then you missed the party. My name is, well, it was Ford, but nobody gives a puff what my real name was, so it doesn't float to ponder on it. We Red Riding Hooded into the Ministry of Technology, knowing we'd all get corpsed. So, you must be grinding gears as to why we do it. We did it to send a big old message out to the sheepy here in Pretoria City. No matter how fluffy the names are, these government agencies doesn't work for you. They work to enslave you. Open your peepers and rub the sleep from them. Can you even conjugate what went through our heads to do this? The hours and days we took reflecting on ourselves to come to the decision to deliver a message that only our corpses alone could deliver? Or do you even know what happened to us? We brave few who took a job against the Emperor's stack of cards. Did TPN even pipe this story into your brains? Wake up! The gold and whitewash isn't that thick. Dig a little, and you'll find the dirt underneath, and the bodies the city is really built upon. The wars are over, Cole. Give the people back the freedom they entrusted to you. Or do you not trust us in return? Oh, blood. Yeah. So I think this is where we're going to sign off for the day. I'll catch you guys next time with another video. Hopefully, I'll come up with some ideas for some more content relatively soon. God bless. Happy gaming. See ya!